Hey there guys, theBolderBoulder here with another Hero Factory MOC. And this is a member of the race of beings that sought to wipe out the entire race of the Neotax. That's right, the Kerahn. So yes, finally you get to see what the Kerahn look like. These giant, menacing beings. And as you can see, they're quite tall and very tough looking, very muscular, and they also have fur, which is what all these little pieces right here represent. Most of these little spiked parts and whatnot, those represent fur. And same thing on its chest. So let's just take a quick 360 view. As you can see, a lot of coverage. And for this MOC, I took inspiration from many different things, but when it all came together, I thought it looked really good. So that is what the Kerahn looked like. So, just quickly about the story. As you may remember from the video about the Neotax, who were formerly known as the O-Tax, the Kerahn, well, their planet became overpopulated, so they went and attacked their neighboring planet, wherever the O-Tax had lived, and pretty much annihilated all of them. Almost all of them, that is. A few survivors had to go and live on their moon, but thankfully for them, they had the supplies to survive, and it was good enough for them to be able to survive on the conditions and whatnot. So now the Neotax are trying to get stronger and be able to defeat these guys. But it's going to be quite a challenge considering the massive size of the Kerahn, and just their all-around menacing look is enough to scare some people and some other robots from around the Hero Factory universe. And also the Kerahn have set up communication jammers that prevent the Neotax from communicating with any other planet. So that's going to be extremely hard on them. So now it's time to get some close-ups of this character. If you want to find out more about the story, go check out my blog. I'll go into much deeper detail in there. I don't really want to have to repeat myself about numerous things numerous times, because getting repetitive might seem a little bit annoying. So here's a look at the feet. Completely custom made. All of this stuff are just little bionicle and Technic parts and whatnot. I think it turned out pretty cool. Definitely alien looking. Definitely not something you'd ever see on Earth. And the legs are in 3 segments and well armored. Well, I tried to make them as well armored as they could be with the limitations of this building system. And again, then there's some fur right here. The whole body really is fur. I just added parts in different areas to represent it. And then, so it's, well, the exact same on the other leg. Take a look at the torso. I've got this giant piece up here, which I really like. I've got this whole, well, it's sort of like V-shape body, which makes him look massive. And of course more fur right there. Here's the arms. Both the exact same. Got this giant piece up here. More fur. More armor. And blades on the arms. And the Neotax sort of took this kind of idea from the Kerahn by just using those types of blades because it was effective for them. So why wouldn't it be effective for the Neotax? And then the hands, custom made as well. I liked this design a lot, so I went with it. And before we get to the head, let's look at the back. Like I was saying earlier, it's well armored. And I think it turned out pretty cool. Of course, add some more of these fur parts going down the tail. And the tail goes all like this. Definitely, again, alien-like. Looks pretty cool, I'd say. Tried to cover up as much as I could with the armor parts that I had, and again with the limitations of this building system. So, now let's move on to the head real quick. As you can see, a very different design from what the Neotax were. And the mouth, I think, looks pretty cool. Definitely alien-like. It's got something like mandibles, I suppose. And you could just open it up like this. Wow, that is creepy. And it's got horns right up here. And these big red eyes. It's got this little horn right here on its head. And it's sort of a big old dome right here. And then these, it looks like that just must be where it breathes. Sort of like a nose on a human. And since it's got 4 different little ports, it doesn't really matter if 1 or 2 of them get clogged, there's always going to be more. They don't even really breathe out of their mouth. But they can make noises out of them, though. They just don't, you know, like, breathe like we humans can. Of course, they're aliens, so they're, of course, going to be different. They can still roar and make audible noises. It's just not really, you know, breathing. They can exhale. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. They can exhale, but they don't breathe in through their mouth. And then the neck has 2 different joints, because that worked out the best for this design of head. And so, yeah, that is pretty much it for this guy. And so, yeah, that is pretty much it for this guy. So let's set him back up real quick. So that is the Kerahn. Pretty cool, I'd have to say. Definitely a menacing creature. And hopefully the Neotax can find some sort of ally or come up with a big enough army of their own to be able to take back their planet. So that's pretty much all I've got. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to check out my blog to find out more, get more in depth of the story about the Neotax versus the Kerahn, or if they'll even be able to fight. And also, be sure to look out for more of my story that'll be coming out sometime in the near future. So I will see you guys again in my next video. Be sure to check out my Facebook page as well to see exclusive photos of this MOC, and see you next time. Bye.